Good evening, friends. Action is being taken this week, and millions of Americans are now eligible to claim extra financial assistance from our federal government. Congress has just launched several new programs to help low-income households dealing with their high bills. Friends, please make sure you watch until the end of this video to learn about all of the details. I will also be giving away a $75 Walmart gift card 4 days a week. If you would like to enter the giveaways, please make sure you click and like several of my videos. Comment below the keyword of each video that you watch, and do make sure that you're also subscribed to my channel. Remember, friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chance of winning the giveaway.
Your point, and to some degree, I agree. Right, there are Americans here who are feeling the high prices and the cost very personally, and that is something that the president, I believe, has talked about almost any time that he talks about the economy. He talks about the pain that the American people are feeling, and he talks about his plan and what he is going to do to lower cost. That's why we bring up gas prices, because we have seen costs go down. We understand that we need to do more, and we will. We'll continue to do more by asking oil companies to make sure the profit that they're making passed on to the consumer. So we should see more going to the consumer as prices are going down. I was just asked about the reconciliation bill. That is something that is incredibly important as we lower drug prices. And so there is a myriad of ways that we are working on to make sure that we have a plan and that cost is lowered. But as we are being asked about recession, as we're being asked if we are in one or if we're going to one, what we're doing is just laying out the facts. I have a long list of other organizations, other economic groups that have said we are not in a recession, and because of the strong labor market, there is no indicator, or all these different indicators doesn't show that we're headed into a recession. So we're just laying out the facts as we are seeing it, and we're also pointing to NBER, who actually has the textbook definition, and they look at this more broadly, as I've said. But we're going to continue to talk about the American people. We're going to continue to talk about what they're feeling. That's why the chips is so important, as I just mentioned very early on at the top. And so that doesn't end. The president does this every time we have a conversation about the economy or is asked.
And just to quickly follow up, you're setting the expectation that we're not headed to a recession, we're not in a recession. What happens if the NBER does declare we're in a recession?
That's a hypothetical.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed off on a variety of measures to help many families. These include $50 tax rebates to all individuals who made less than $200,000 in 2021, and $100 for couples earning less than $400,000. Taxpayers will also receive $100 per dependent, up to 3 dependents. Additionally, the state is suspending sales tax on groceries through June 20th, 2023, delaying a scheduled increase in the state's motor fuel tax, and reducing sales tax on some back-to-school items from August 5th to August 14, 2022. Homeowners will also receive a tax break. The state is providing property tax rebates for eligible homeowners earning less than $250,000 for individuals, or $500,000 for couples who file jointly. Residents will receive this rebate and the tax rebate automatically. Chicago City residents can also begin accessing a new financial program, which is aimed at easing the cost of travel. The initiative, introduced by Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, will provide tens of thousands of prepaid gasoline and public transit cards. There will be 50,000 gas cards worth $150 each, and a further 100,000 public transit cards with $50 preloaded, which is offered to city residents. As the nation swelters through a summer that is filled with record high temperatures, the Biden administration is finally unveiling a new set of actions which are intended to help Americans cope with the extreme heat and the soaring electricity costs that accompany it. Today, the federal government launched heat.gov. It is a website that promotes planning and preparedness for the extreme heat waves that are made more frequent because of climate change. The website provides data tools for following extreme heat advisories and links to resources for local government officials. As summer temperatures have steadily risen in recent decades, air conditioning costs have also sharply increased, with more than 44 million Americans living in areas under extreme heat warning. The White House announced a set of actions to defray those costs and boost solar power. The Department of Energy unveiled moves to expand and diversify the solar manufacturing and installation workforce. Climate change this summer is causing more frequent and severe heat waves. At times in the last 2 months, as many as 200 million Americans have found themselves living under advisories. Just last week, cities across Arkansas, Texas, and Missouri set new records with temperatures over 100 degrees. So friends, what are your thoughts on this? Please let me know in the comment section below what the current temperature is in your area. Taking aim at stubborn inflation, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates for a 4th time this year to further slow down the economy, arguing that some short-term pain could be the only way to avoid longer-lasting scars. The Fed hiked interest rates by 0.75 of a percentage point, following a similar aggressive rate hike in June, even as Chairman Jerome Powell acknowledged that the Federal Reserve sees previous hikes as already weighing on housing, business investment, and consumer demand. Speaking at a news conference, Jerome Powell said he believes the economy is not in a recession, but the paths to avoiding one are narrower than just a few months ago. With inflation remaining at a 40-year high and June prices coming in especially hot, Jerome Powell emphasized that controlling inflation is the Fed's chief priority, even if it brings a slowdown in the job market for now. Inflation has plagued policymakers for months, becoming the economy's biggest problem and weighing on families nationwide, but especially the most vulnerable lower-income families. Higher prices for milk, eggs, meat, gas, utilities, and clothing have soured people's sense of how the economy is working for them and influencing families to change their own spending behavior, which can also worsen inflation. Friends, the key word for today is Egypt. Friends, if you would like to enter the next giveaway, please enter this keyword, which is Egypt, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure that you're also subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much, friends, and have a wonderful and blessed Wednesday.